Hi everyone, let us discuss this result. So in this result, we have an open set U which is subset of Rn, getting? And F is a vector field, that means it is defined on U, it is from U to Rn. Gamma be any curve, okay, and it has two parameterizations, alpha and beta. Okay, so what have they mentioned? Alpha and beta are two parameterizations of oriented curve gamma. Oriented, that means both are O equivalent, getting? Alpha and beta are O equivalent, or you can say oriented equivalent. So gamma is a curve and alpha and beta with the two parameterization. Alpha is defined on closed interval AB and beta is defined on closed interval CD. So this is a given information. Alpha and beta are O equivalent. This is also additional information we have. And what we have to prove? We have to prove that line integral of f with parameterization alpha is same as line integral of f with parameterization beta. That means when we have two oriented equivalent parameterizations, then if you can find out line integral with first or second, both will give the same value. This thing we have to prove. Okay, so let us start with the given information. I have written clearly here alpha and beta be two parameterized curve of oriented curve gamma. That means alpha and beta are O equivalent or oriented equivalent. So you know that the definition of oriented equivalent parameterization. So there exists a diffeomorphism. Let me write that thing here. So therefore there exists a diffeomorphism. Okay, there exists a diffeomorphism H from where to where? From CD to AB. So let me show here in diagram also. H from CD to AB such that so you are familiar with the definition of oriented equivalent curves or parameterizations. So such that alpha of H of S is equal to beta of S, and this is true for all S. This is true for all S belongs to closed interval CD. And very important thing is H dash of S must be greater than 0 for all S belongs to closed interval CD. Alpha and beta are O equivalent, so therefore there exists a diffeomorphism. That means that H must be bijective, it's differentiable, and its inverse is also differentiable, which will satisfy this condition. And derivative of H must be greater than 0. Derivative of H must be positive for all S belongs to closed interval CD. This is the information we have. Okay, so let us go further. We have to prove this equality. So what will I do? I will start with right hand side and I will try to bring left hand side there. So consider, let me mention, consider integration C to D, what we have inner product of f of beta of S, comma, beta dash of S ds. So I started with right hand side. Okay, so we have some space, so let us use. So is equal to, what can we write here? Is equal to, this is equal to integration C to D. We have inner product of beta of S is equal to alpha of H of S. So let us put its value here. So f of, what can I write? Alpha of H of S, okay, comma, beta dash of S, that means alpha of H of S, its derivative, alpha of H of S, okay, and we take its derivative, and after that we have ds. So that means simply we replace beta of S is equal to alpha of H of S here. Let us simplify it further. So integration C to D, inner product of f of alpha of H of S, okay, yes, comma, its derivative we have to find, getting? So actually there is a composition of two functions alpha and H, and we are finding its derivative, so we can apply chain rule there. So that means derivative of outer function alpha dash of H of S into derivative of inner function, that means H dash of S, okay, ds. So H dash of X is a real number, okay, so you can take outside the inner product. So what will happen? This is equal to integration C to D, right, inner product of alpha of H of S, right, and yes, comma, alpha dash of H of S, and what did I tell you? H dash of S is a real number, it will come outside the inner product, and we will have H dash of S ds. Okay, so there is no more space to write. Make a screenshot of it, then we will go further. So now to solve this integral, I am going to put something. Okay, so putting, let me write, putting, I am going to put H of S is equal to t. So you know that when we put anything, we have to find its derivative, and after that we have to find new limits. So its derivative is H dash of S. I should write ds after that, and derivative of t is 1, so I should write dt there. Getting? So let us find new limits. So for yes, lower c, original limits, s is equal to c and s is equal to d. So let us find new limits of t. Getting? So this is equal to, if I put s is equal to c here, we will have h of c, and if I put s is equal to d here, we will have h of d. So what we get, t is equal to h of s and h of c, and t is equal to h of d. But see what we have, let me write the reason here. H dash of s is greater than 0. It means h is increasing function. Okay, so you are familiar with that. If derivative is greater than 0, we say the function is increasing, and if derivative is less than 0, we say the function is decreasing. Here derivative is positive, so that's why function is increasing. That means graph of function will be like this. Okay, graph of function will be like this. Actually function h is defined from CD to AB. Getting? It is defined from CD to AB. So function is increasing, so that's why h of c must be a, and h of d must be b. Getting? So it is possible because they have given h dash of s is greater than 0, that means function is increasing, so that's why we get this value. So therefore let me write, this is equal to a, h of c is equal to a, and h of d is equal to b. So yes, in this way we got new limits. So let us put all these things in a given integral. Okay, so then let me write, then integration c to d, we started with this one, f of beta of s, right, beta dash of s ds is equal to, okay, so let me put all these values in this integral. So integration a to b I should write, since our new limits are a to b, right? Inner product of f of alpha of h of s, so alpha of t I should write. Getting? Alpha of t, since h of s is equal to what? T, comma alpha dash of t, since h of s is equal to t, and h dash of s ds, its value is dt. Getting? So let me remove this one, it is not required. Yes. Okay, so finally what we got, so inner product in integration of inner product of f of beta of s, beta dash of s ds is equal to this one. So that means in this way we proved this result. Okay, so what is our conclusion? So that means when we have a vector field, okay, we are finding the line integral of vector field over a curve. Getting? And it has a two parameterizations which are oriented equivalent, then value of line integrals will be same on both, with both parameterizations. Okay, so make a screenshot of it, then we will stop. Thank you, bye bye.